everybody, Rose here. Today we are going to be learning, it's called the Trinity Stitch. And it's reminiscent of the Star Stitch. And if you were with me last year, we did the Star Stitch stocking. And this is very reminiscent of that. But this is going to be a lot easier to do. There's no 1-2 changing everything in the rows. So this is going to be a 1-row repeat. So what we're going to need is you're going to need your scissors. You're going to need a tapestry. And today we're going to be using the 5.0 millimeter crochet hook. And for yarn, I'm going to be using, I think this is probably, I don't know what yarn it is, but it's in a pale pink and some type of mauve. So go get your yarn and your supplies, and I will meet you right back here. All right, so we're going to start with a chain 14. Start with a slip knot. And let's chain 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Okay. And now what we're going to do, this first row is going to be the hardest, but there's just 14 little stitches, so we're going to get through it. Okay, this first, here's our loop. This is the first stitch. And the second stitch from the hook, 1, 2, we're going to go in there and do a single crochet. Go in there, pull up a loop, 1, 2, yarn over, pull through, single crochet. Now in that same space, we're going to go back in there and we're going to pull up a loop. We're going to call that 1. We've got 2 loops. I'm going to move my thumb over. This is the next available space. We're going to go in there and we're going to pull up a loop. We're going to call that 2. We have 3 loops on our hook. I'm going to move my thumb over. This is the next available space. We're going to go in there and we're going to pull up a loop. That's 3. So we have 4 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through all 4 loosely, and then we're going to chain or yarn over, excuse me, and pull through loosely because we're going to go back in there. We just made our first Trinity stitch. Okay, so we have a single crochet and we have our first Trinity stitch. Now we're going to go back in to that chain 1 and we're going to pull up a loop. Now don't be fooled because it looks like we should go in here, but we've used that stitch. Okay, we're going to go to the next available stitch. And we're going to pull up a loop. That's 2. We have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to go to the next available stitch. And we're going to pull up a loop. That's 3. So we should have 4 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over. And with this, with my right hand, your left hand, pull those stitches down so that you can go through those stitches. That's the trick. Your working hand, which is your left hand, is going to pull those stitches down, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through. Chain 1. So now we've made our second Trinity stitch. Okay, now we're going to repeat that. That's what we're going to be repeating all the way down until we get to the end. So let's do another one. I'm going to go in there to that chain 1 we just made, and we're going to pull up a loop. That's 1. Be careful of that big loop. And go to the next available stitch. Okay, so that's 1. Next available will be 2. Next available is 3. I'm going to adjust my hand to pull it down, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and chain 1. Okay, let's speed it up just a little so you can find your rhythm here. We're going to go in here, yarn over, there's 1. Next available, pull up, it's 2. Next available, pull up, that's 3. Yarn over, pull through, chain 1. Okay, and that's what we're looking like. Let's do another one. There's 1. Next available is 2. Next available is 3. There are 4 loops. Just your hand, pull through, and chain 1. Okay, so at this point, we should have 2 available stitches left. Okay, that's why we chained an even number. So for this last one, this is where it gets a little bit different. So again, we're going to go in that first chain 1, pull up, go into that next available stitch, pull up, go into our last available stitch, pull up, yarn over, go through all of them, but do not chain 1. We're going to leave it open. Now in that last stitch, we're going to go right back in there. Okay, we did not chain 1. We're going to go right back in there, and we're going to do a single crochet. And now we're going to chain 1 and turn. And just so you can slowly kind of capture this in your mind, we're going to end and begin the same way. It took me a little bit to get it. Okay. The middle will always be the same. The ending and the beginning will always be the same. So here we go. Go into this first stitch. We're going to do a single crochet. Okay, notice no chain 1. Do a single crochet. We're going to go right back in there. We're going to pull up a loop. 1. Now, since we're not working on the foundation row, we're going to have to pull these to us a little bit. Pull it to us and look for those top stitches. Okay, so we have our 1. I go to the next stitch, grab my yarn and pull up. That'll be 2. Okay, I go to my next stitch, go in there, grab my yarn and pull up. That's 3. And I know because I have 4 loops. And I'm going to yarn over, pull through all 4, and then chain 1. Okay, so I have my single crochet and my first Trinity stitch. And just so you know, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We did 6 Trinity stitches on that first row. That's how many we're going to have all the way through. There's not going to be any more or less. So that's 1 Trinity stitch. So here we go. Back into that chain 1 we just made. Pull up a loop. 1. If you need to, pull that up a little bit so you can see that you worked into there. And go to your next available stitch. Okay. Next available stitch. That's 2. Next available stitch. That's 3. I've got my 4 loops. Yarn over, pull through, chain 1. That's 2. Go right back into that chain 1. There's 1. This one's a little bit easier to see. Next stitch. There's 2. Next stitch is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over, pull through. You're probably catching on now. So let's speed it up just a little bit. There's 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over, chain 1. There's 1. Next stitch 2. Next stitch 3. Yarn over and chain 1. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've made 5. I should have 2 stitches left. I do. So here we go. There's 1. Go into that available stitch. Go into my last stitch. Pull up with my 4. Yarn over. Leave it open. And then go into that last stitch and do a single crochet, chain 1, and turn. Okay, and that's the repeat. So let's start one more and then I'm going to let you go. So we did a single crochet, chain 1, turn. We're going to do a single crochet, go right back into that same spot. 1, next stitch, pull up 2, next stitch, pull up 3, yarn over, chain 1. Do that all the way down till you get to your last one. Pull through all 4, go right into that last stitch, do a single crochet, chain 1, turn. Start with a single crochet, go back into that same one, pull up 1, next stitch 2, pull up 3. You're only going to chain 1 in the middle. Okay, so I'm just going to stay on and just do it. And then you guys, I will just meet you at the end. I'll just stay on here and do it for a little bit in case you want to watch. And then I'll meet you back when we have, I'll meet you back when I have maybe about 10 or 12 rows. I'll check back in. but just know you don't have any more. Make sure you only have 6 Trinity clusters. Start with a single crochet, end with a single crochet. Turn. Crochet 1, 2, 3. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So I'll meet back when I get about halfway and we'll check back in, okay? Okay, sorry, I forgot to come back on. I've like got multiple projects going on. Okay, so when I lay it down, when I just lay it down relaxed, it's 18.5 inches. But when I just, but when I just do this, it goes to about 19.5 inches. So that works perfectly for me. And when I put it on my head, it meets perfectly. So I'm going to stop with mine. I think I'm going to count the bumps here. So when I take part of this out, I'm going to count that that is a row. So if I count these bumps, you can kind of see them. I'm going to say that's one. That's one. Oh, if I turn it over, that'll be 2. So it'll be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48. About 48 rows to get about 19.5 inches. Okay. Finish this back up. I've never completed one of these. That's why I'm just kind of like freeballing it. Okay, so now I'm just going to chain 1. And all we're going to do is we're going to join it. So I'm just going to take about, I'm going to overkill it, and I'm going to do about 12 inches or so. That's like new math. That is not 12 inches. Okay, take that out. I've literally been working on this for like 3 weeks, so that's why every time I've probably come on here, I'm in a different position. Okay. Okay, so let's line these up. And make sure we've got our long thread. And let's see. I think I'm gonna just do both loops. No. I'm gonna go on the inside loop of both of them. You can join it however you want. I'm just going to go on the inside loops of both of them and bring it back. Go on the inside loop of both of them. Bring it back. Oops. And see what that brings me. I don't think it's really going to matter because this is going to be on the back of my head. But it's a nice dense stitch, and I think that's going to be super nice. Make sure I hold those ends. Made that mistake before, not paying attention to the end. And here we go. I'm gonna do one more, and then before it closes, I'm gonna grab it. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it inside out. Hey, look at that. Okay, now I'm just going to hide this in here somehow. Okay. So, the Trinity stitch. The Trinity stitch is a nice, easier version of the star stitch. In my opinion, I hope it is in yours as well. This would make a great dishcloth too. Do this in some cotton. What do you think? This is my first completed one. I have 2 others in the making. Love it. Okay. Well, I hope you guys like this stitch, and I hope you can make yourself one. And on to the next project, which I think is going to be this bobble. Working on that now. So I'm going to get back to that, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.